Marcus Jenkins parked his weathered pickup truck outside the Greenfield Community Center. At 42, his broad shoulders carried the weight of 20 years serving the neighborhood. The morning sun caught the silver streaks in his close-cropped hair as he unloaded boxes of school supplies. "Morning, Mr. Jenkins," called several children rushing past. Marcus smiled, his dark eyes crinkling at the corners. He'd built the after-school program from nothing, transformed an abandoned building into a safe haven. The center stood as his life's work. Parents trusted him. Kids adored him. Even the police chief had presented him with a community service award last month. Marcus Jenkins was the last person anyone would suspect of a heinous crime. But by nightfall, his reputation would lie in ruins. The sirens came first. 3 police cruisers screeched to a halt outside the center at 4:30 p.m. Marcus Jenkins. Officer Dawson's voice boomed through a megaphone. "Come out with your hands up." Confused children pressed against windows. Marcus stepped outside, heart pounding. "What's happening?" "You're under arrest for the kidnapping of Lily Peterson," Dawson announced, handcuffs ready. The accusation exploded through Greenfield like wildfire. "I always knew there was something off about him," whispered Sharon Miller at the emergency PTA meeting. News vans lined the streets. The headline, "Trusted Community Leader Abducts 8-Year-Old Girl," flashed across screens. Overnight, 20 years of goodwill vanished. Death threats filled the community center's voicemail. Former supporters crossed streets to avoid Marcus's family. His wife Rebecca lost her job at the local bakery. Their son came home with a bloodied nose. No one wanted to hear Marcus's desperate claim, "I never touched that child." Detective Rivera arrived at the station, coffee in hand, case file tucked under her arm. A transfer from Chicago, she hadn't yet absorbed Greenfield's prejudices. "Talk me through the evidence," she demanded. Officer Dawson smirked. Witness saw a black man matching Jenkins's build grab the Peterson girl near Pinewood Elementary. Plus, his truck was spotted in the area. Rivera frowned. "That's it? Did you check his alibi? The center's security footage? We know it's him." Rivera rewatched Lily's tearful statement. "The man wore a blue jacket," Lily had said. Rivera checked the weather report, 89 degrees that day. She visited the center, reviewed their sign-in sheets. 27 people confirmed seeing Marcus leading a staff meeting during the abduction. "Something's wrong here," Rivera muttered, ignoring the captain's warning to "wrap this up quick." She wouldn't railroad an innocent man, regardless of pressure or prejudice. Marcus stared at the concrete ceiling of his cell, the mattress thin as cardboard beneath him. 3 days inside. The guards pushed his food tray with extended batons, as if he might attack. "Child snatcher," they muttered. At night, other inmates promised what they'd do to him. Marcus closed his eyes that he remembered being 12, chased from a convenience store. "I didn't steal anything." The owner hadn't believed him. At 16, police officers slammed him against a wall. "You fit the description." He'd been walking home from band practice, saxophone case mistaken for a weapon, after college, job interviews that suddenly closed when he appeared in person. Neighbors calling police when he moved into his first home. The time Rebecca's parents refused to attend their wedding. "Same story, different chapter," Marcus whispered in the darkness. But this was worse. Much worse. He thought of Lily, prayed she was safe. He touched the photo of his son. What kind of world would he grow up in? Marcus wiped tears away. He couldn't break. Not now. Someone had to know the truth. Zach Taylor, 16, scowled at the detention slip in his hand. 4th time this month. He kicked a stone along Pinewood Road, cutting through the abandoned factory lot near his house. Then he froze. A blue Ford Mustang was parked behind the crumbling building. A tall white man in a blue jacket emerged, looked around nervously. Zach ducked behind a dumpster, raised his phone, and pressed record. The man opened his trunk. Inside, a small figure moved. "Holy shit," Zach whispered, heart thundering. He recognized the man, Tom Peterson, Lily's father. Estranged father, according to gossip. He'd lost custody months ago. The same man who'd been loudest about Marcus's guilt. Zach's finger hovered over 911, then changed course. He dialed Detective Rivera instead. Her card sat in his wallet since she'd caught him shoplifting but let him off with a warning. "Detective," he said urgently. "I found her." Dusk stretched shadows across the factory yard. Detective Rivera crouched behind rusted machinery, gun drawn. 2 patrol cars waited on nearby streets, lights off, sirens silent. The blue Mustang sat 30 yards away. Rivera watched Tom Peterson pace, phone pressed to his ear. "When's the ransom coming?" he shouted. "I told you what I'd do if you called the cops." Rivera nodded to her team. They moved in perfect synchronization, surrounding the car. "Police. Hands where we can see them." Peterson spun, face contorted with rage. He lunged for the trunk. "Stay back or I'll hurt her." "You've done enough," Rivera replied coldly. "It's over, Tom. We know everything. That black bastard took my daughter. Everyone knows it. Your custody hearing transcript says differently. You threatened to take Lily if you lost. Which you did, last month." Peterson's eyes darted wildly. He reached inside his jacket. "Don't," Rivera warned. A gunshot cracked the air. Peterson clutched his shoulder, weapon falling as officers swarmed him. Rivera rushed to the trunk, heart in her throat. She found Lily curled inside, frightened but alive. Marcus walked out of the police station at dawn, paperwork clutched in one hand. The morning news crews swarmed him, microphones thrust toward his face. Rebecca ran to him, wrapped her arms around his neck. Their son pressed against his legs. Beyond them stood Detective Rivera, a small smile on her tired face. "How does it feel to be exonerated?" shouted a reporter. Marcus faced the cameras. "I'm grateful for the truth. For Detective Rivera's dedication. For my family's faith." His voice strengthened. "But I have questions too. Why was I arrested on flimsy evidence? Why did this community, my community, turn on me so quickly? What made Tom Peterson believe he could frame a black man and everyone would believe him without question?" Uncomfortable silence followed. "We failed you," said Mayor Wilson, stepping forward. "And we have work to do." In the weeks that followed, Greenfield changed. The community center received an anonymous donation of $250,000. The police department implemented new training protocols. Marcus started a dialogue series called Truth and Reconciliation that packed the town hall weekly. At the center, enrollment doubled. Children from all backgrounds filled its rooms. Zach Taylor volunteered there 3 afternoons a week as part of his reform detention program. On a warm afternoon, Marcus watched Detective Rivera drop off her nephew for basketball practice. She handed him an envelope. "What's this?" he asked. "A job offer. Police community liaison. The department needs you more than this town does." Marcus considered the envelope. "Maybe someday. For now, this is where healing starts." Behind them, children laughed, playing together in the sunshine. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't finished. But it was a beginning.